Saturday. Welcome, micro nerds, to another edition of You Need It Micro Galaxy Squadron unboxing mornings with me, Steve3. How is everyone doing this morning? If anyone is here, that is. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. This morning, I am going to continue on my epic journey of unboxing my Micro Galaxy Squadron ship so we can get a better look at them and see what they're all about. As you can see, I am getting more and more space behind me in these shelves. So soon it's going to be the time to put these things up and put some more displays on. I have been putting all my rares and chases up, which you can't see because they're above me up here. But like I said before, I'll have to start putting some pictures up of what they're looking like, which would be good. I've even started adding a little bit more to my AT-ATs behind me here. I'm trying to work on what I can do for snow to make it look more interesting. So that's fun. But it's been a crazy week. I don't know how it's been for you guys. I haven't had time to even look at the ship we unboxed last week, which was the Pirate Snub Fighter. I haven't even had time. So apologies on that one. I'd love to have posted up a, hey, look what I made, but didn't do it. Couldn't do it. I'm definitely hydrating with my huge flask of water today, but I do have my coffee. So let me take a sip of that so I don't dry out. And then let's all have a little toast of the coffee this morning, because that's what this is all about. Oh, and I'm even wearing my most chillest of chill t-shirts. The master himself is on there in the most chilling way. Today, we're back to the Death Star from my awesome friends over at the Adventure Effect. The vessel of my coffee and peanut butter whiskey. Always delightful. Always delightful. Cheers to everybody. Grab your coffee. And then we can get cracking, right? Then we can get cracking. A little bit of news this week, though. I did get a message. Well, not a message. We're not that personal. But I did get an email from Hasbro about my recent orders that we've been waiting for since March. Unfortunately, I've got to wait another month. So I'm not going to get to see my land speeder until October now. But I don't know what else. In good news, though, which again you may have seen if you looked at the thumbnail, is I did get this a couple of minutes literally after last week. So I'm going to crack open that Z-95 Headhunter today because I've been looking forward to getting that one. Couldn't find it on any pegs anywhere. So yeah, that one's going to be a fun one. I'm going to start today, though, by seeing who is joining me today. I know that we're not going to get Bitter Troll, which is so weird. It seems so weird, but he did send a message this morning. Thank you, Bitter Troll. You're here in spirit. Ali's already... there you go. Perfect. Thanks, Ali. Oh, Paul is here. Good morning. Wow. Didn't think you'd be here. Hopefully you're not twiddling your thumbs there and you're getting on with some stuff this morning, but thanks so much for tuning in. Good morning to you. John Galgano's here. Good morning, John. How you doing? Ali saying hi to everyone as well. Oh, there you go. The thing is, though, am I going to last however long this takes? Or am I going to need a bio break? I'm hoping I'm going to last. But yeah, the coffee is definitely to keep me alive. It's probably going to give me a little bit of shakes, but the water will hopefully help with that. Otherwise, we could have an interesting show today. But yeah, I'm going to start the show off with our E-Wings. So in Series 6, Micro Galaxy gave us the E-Wing. So I haven't unboxed that one. I haven't looked at it. It's a cool looking ship. It's one that we saw in Ahsoka, as you can see here. We saw them chasing down Sabine on her bike. It's a cool looking ship. It's a fast and powerful, lot of weaponry on it. It's a cool looking ship. So we're going to do the E-Wings today. Series 6 E-Wings. And after we take a look at Callahan's, we're going to go back to what is supposedly the beginning, right? The Dark Empire. So we'll get on with the Dark Empire ship because that's where they made their first appearance. I don't read a lot, so I'm not a big nerd on the old comic books and novels and all the rest of it from, the legacy or the legends of Star Wars. But yeah, maybe someone in the chat is and can give us another history. But I believe that the E-Wing started as part of the Dark Empire novelizations. Yeah, we're going to get to look. We're going to have a look. We're going to have a look and we're going to get them out and we're going to enjoy them. So without further ado, let me shine this over and let me get cracking. And as you know, we're going to do it in the most safest of ways. And then we'll take a look at what we got. Did anyone else have any luck this week with anything? Anybody stateside find anything in Ross? I heard that there was an influx, and I mean influx, of the Royal Guard TIE interceptors flooding onto Ross shelves, along with some A-Wings. So that's interesting. Like, where the hell did they come from? Because you would think a rare or a chase would be something which people would snap up if they found them. I'm guessing they never made it to the pegs, but yeah, that was something interesting to see what was going on. Oh, look, we got an extra little box here. I don't want that there. It's my little mic stand. There you go. That's better. All right, I'm probably a bit lower in the volume now, but you don't come to listen to me. You come to look at the ships. All right. Oh, we did get a graphic on this Series 6. It's a blurry, I'm going as fast as I can backdrop. And I'm guessing that's probably Lothal, because that's where we see Lothal, which one do you think it is? Yeah, I'm guessing that's what it is. We're not going to tell her because it's very blurry, because these things are very fast, I'm guessing. On the back, we have our typical blueprints. This is Lieutenant Callahan's E-Wing. We have a set of easy to follow instructions. Our droid pops in and pops out. Our pilot goes in and our landing gear comes down. So similar to last week, there's not a lot else going on this. It's just a functional ship that does what it's supposed to do. Again, we can see it's got that long canopy, right? That's the other one we did last week. And there's the other Dark Empire one we're going to look at in a minute, along with this Chase A-Wing. But yeah, not super interesting backdrop, but we're going to keep it for our blueprint, of course. I think I can get by without needing those instructions. Oh, hang on a second. Jamie Pale Rider. Good morning, sir. Hope you're well. Hope you received your stash that we all heard about last week, having Paul on the show. He was going to get rid of some of his spares. Hopefully you got that stash. I'll have to check in and find out, and maybe we'll get you back on to show off your ever-increasing collection of everything apart from the original trilogy. We'll see. Morning, Jamie. Thanks for joining. Hang on a minute. What the hell? This is dedication. This is dedication right here. Bit of troll, you sneaky man. I love this. Thank you. You don't need to, man. Get in there. Get to work. Earn that money to buy more toys. Yeah, don't get yourself into trouble, but I really appreciate you joining in. That's too funny. All right, I'm going to continue. It's difficult when you haven't got someone else chatting with you and do everything. All right, they got it right. We got the E-Wing again from Ahsoka, as we all know. more blurry shit, just to make the day better. Love that blurry shit. Makes sense though, man. I'm not knocking it. It makes sense. We got a little dudes, which we'll check out later. And let's get into the ship. Hold your ears for the plastic glove. That one was easy. All right. Let's take a look at this. It's got the long cockpit again, which are kind of cool. I went into that yeah, last week telling me how much I like the long cockpit. Reminds me of my Buck Rogers Starfighter. We don't have a lot of wash on there. There is a little wash in there. It's not a lot. I mean, these are New Republic ships, so fairly clean, and they don't have a lot to do, right? Not a lot to do at this point. I think these became more prevalent when Thrawn came back in, trying to restore the Empire. But we've got the coloration on the engines. These are big old engines too, very X-Wing-like. And we've also got that blue glow in there. I like that blue glow. It adds just a little bit more. We've also got, what is this? Just a little bit of metallic on the back there. But obviously that's nothing to do with the engine, I wouldn't think, because we've got these two propulsion units on the wings. A little bit metallic on those engine casings there, which is cool. And our wash. And again, dimension and molds on these are cool. We've got all the fans in there for our turbines, which looks awesome. Let's get a look at it from the front. Pretty menacing, actually. And we've got these huge cannons. I believe this thing is laden with torpedoes too, which we don't really see anywhere. But I know this thing did have some badass weaponry on it. We've got the blue of the New Republic and some gray to go with it. Oh, sounds like the old LAPD are flying over. Apologies if you can hear that. Yeah, it's a good looking ship. That's why I want to crack them open. I think these are going to look good on display. So get them out of the box. And that's a little side angle from the top. Not enough. We need to get these out on display. Put them into motion. You can hear the release for our droid. And here's our landing gear, which we might as well take a look at because that's all we're going to get on this one. Hence why I'm doing a few today. So landing gear out. Nice and solid. Like it. Like it. Come on, baby. You can do it. There we go. Nice and solid. Click into place. That one's not falling over. Not so much on the front one, but it does kick out. And that's our landing gear. Again, simple ship. Simple and effective. But man, that thing's going to be fast. That thing's going to be agile. Great looking ship. Let's take a look at our pilot. This is what it's all about. This is our Lieutenant Callahan in our little cell here. We've also got KE4N4. Now, I did a little bit of nerding on this, and originally when these E-Wings came out, apparently they could only be flown with an R7 droid. But at this point that we see in the New Republic, they had been converted to work on R2 units and R4 units. So, or R5 units, I should say. So that is interesting. But this droid is cool because if you remember, again, our little blueprints of it, this droid was a nod to the first R2 units that came out from Kenner. And I don't know if you can see that there, but you had the big old eye, as I'm going to call it, on the front. And then we had these smaller teardrop indentations on it, just like those original R2 units. And this is like a kind of gray green color. But again, the detail is there. I don't know if it's showing on my camera. It's so difficult with these minifigs. You can just see there. This one's a bit scratched up, which is probably meant to be. I don't know. And then we got yellow on the legs there. Nothing on the back, apart from on the dome. But the dome has got the detail. Again, they've had to have remolded this one because of it being so different. That's not just a big blob of paint. They've actually gone in and given us that bigger optical eye here. So yeah, he's cool. A great addition. I'll put him where he belongs. It does fit in there pretty easy. But as soon as you shove him down, it's locked. It ain't coming out. Again, you've got to give it a little bit of a push. Let's do it. See if we lose it. And there he goes. So they will pop out. So you know they're in there solid. Didn't go too far. We're safe. In he goes. All right. And let's crack open the cockpit. Again, big. That's a big canopy. That is a big canopy. Wow. And let's get a look inside of the cockpit itself. Kind of reminds me of the X-Wing a lot at this point. Obviously doesn't open the same way, but you got that same control system deck out there. Going down into the seat. And again, little wash in here would just give so much more definition of that. What I consider to be epic molding that they do on these things with all the details. Without the color in there, you don't get to see it. Okay. Cockpit's open. Let's take a look at Lieutenant Callahan. Oh, hang on a second. Did I miss this? Kevin is here. Toying around is in the house. Good morning, Kevin. Or good afternoon. I should say, wow. Oh, no. That could be considered an insult. Good afternoon is a much better way of not good afternoon. But thanks for joining, Kevin. Good to have you here. I'm hoping you guys have checked out the ever consistent content and awesome fun stuff that Kevin's putting out. And if not, you go check out Toying Around. Thanks, Kevin. Good to see you here. I'm hoping you guys are keeping yourselves busy in the chat. Hang on a second. Yeah, I agree. And a wash in a dirty way. Absolutely. But again, these guys didn't have a lot to do at that point. I'm guessing that's why it's clean. You know, if you're chasing your own, you can't be that busy. It's like the fire brigade. When you're not in action, you're cleaning your ship. All right. Okay. Let's get a look here at this one. Again, this is different, I think, from our X-Wings. We got the hanging stirrups there. We got a different kind of chest box. Come on, focus, baby. There you go. And tubing. Got different vest. Thanks, Jamie. Hopefully you're drinking coffee, though, sir, to wake you up. We've got the gray gloves, white boots, big boots, always big boots. We've got the vest, big vest. We've got that New Republic helmet with all the blue. Got the blue coveralls. Vest at the back. Even got the yellow and black stripes there. Look at that. They've even given us that, which is kind of amazing on these tiny little minifigs. The side, we got details. Let's try not to move it too fast and keep it there for you guys. And again, a chin strap, a visor, everything's depicted there for this pilot. It's a pretty cool minifig. I still feel there's definitely a way that a beard can be on there. Just saying. Yeah, it's a cool looking minifig. Cool looking minifig. Didn't fall apart either, which is also a blessing in disguise. All right. Bendy, bendy. Let's move those arms and legs and sit Lieutenant Callahan in the ship. Nice and neat, nice and snug. Get your hands on the controls there. Keep you in there. And then shut this ginormous cockpit canopy. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was a good click. That thing's staying secure. So there we go. There is our very clean and tidy New Republic E-Wing. Lieutenant Callahan with our epic new build droid. I like that. It's worth it just for that, man. So you know what I'm going to say. If you haven't, you need it. All right. There you go. That was quick and easy. Nothing else to see. Does what it says on the box. Okay. Let's clear this off. I'm going to roll straight in. I'll take a little look up here first, see what you're going. Yes. Your drinking game. Dude, absolutely, man. Saturdays are busy. Get out there. If you liked the New Republic one, go to the rewatch, watch again, and see the rest of it. But thanks for coming in, man. Good to see you. Have a good Saturday. Good idea. Good idea. We could get some of those out for sure. I haven't unboxed all of them. I honestly thought I had more than I had, and maybe we should do that even if it doesn't get funded, like in memory of the lab. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. But even if they don't, maybe we should. But yeah, I thought I had all of those gunships when they came out, and the funny thing is that the first one that came out that I really, really wanted, look at that beautiful coffee, was the Crumb Bomber. And I could have sworn that was the first one I got because that was the only one I was kind of interested in getting because I loved the nose art of the Crumb Bomber. And I've been through my pile several times, man. I do not have the Crumb Bomber. And I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. I swear I had it. And I know I saw it in Ross too, because it was in Ross for a while. And I was like, oh, wow, now it's in Ross. I should have waited. But yeah, it's the Crumb Bomber, man. I don't have Crumb Bomber. All right. Another little bit of coffee there. Oh, God, so good. Let's moving on. What did you say here, Paul? 5,489 of 8,000. Wow. And how many days left? Yeah, man. And I don't even have like a storage building like you do to keep all my other stuff in to easily forget. I just have a pile in the corner. And it ain't there, man. It ain't there. I don't know. It's not going to be anywhere else. It's just kind of pisses me off a bit because I know I saw it in Ross. But yeah. Oh my Lord, really? Just 2 days and 10 hours? Wow. What do we think? Do we think it's going to make it? I mean, it's usually a slow build up. I've seen that many, many times, a slow build up, but I'm not sure about 2 days. Did everyone just say in 2 days, bang, 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 okay, let's get this thing. It is awesome. You've given me enough. I want it just for the beautiful way that those side doors open. I mean, that is pretty cool. I thought they were motorized when I saw them, but it's not. It's a little pulse, but it's such a smooth action when they open. You can have a lot of fun with that. You can fit all your clones in it. The inside detailing is amazing with all netting. The outside's amazing. 20% bigger, I think, of what it was before. It's a pretty cool ship. It's not one that I'm going to be getting. I don't have the room, but so many people that love that ship. I think if you've got one of the original ones, it's worth getting anyway, right? I think anyway. Not to bleat on about it. Yeah, I think a couple of those have done the same sort of thing. All right. Well, obviously this one, she's a special. It's got the rare, so it's going to get the treatment. And I am going to have to find a way of getting this out, displaying it. Just be another challenge. It's got the Legends icon on there. Because as I said before, this is where this ship made its first appearance in the Dark Empire books. So let's cut it open. You're going to be all right, Steve. You're in control. You can do it. Okay, let's cut around here. Again, Series 6. All right. Let's see what we got. Hang on a second, everybody. Hang on a second here. Dark Empire, E-Wing, Legends. We know it's that. We know it's the rare. We got this. This thing, right? This ain't right. What the actual fuck? I have got the backing card for the Pirate Snubfighter. Look at that. You saw it here. I didn't. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now, when you are collecting these, that's kind of annoying, right? So if anyone out there has opened up their Dark Empire E-Wing and doesn't want the backing card, pop it in an envelope. But yeah, you're right. I have opened a misprint. I didn't even notice that, man. I did not even notice that. I was too busy and fixated with the front of it. I didn't even know. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy. It has happened before. I've seen it before on the fronts, seen it before on the backs. Here's another one. I mean, shit happens, right? But that's kind of funny. I've already got this one. I don't want this one. I want my Dark Empire E-Wing. Oh, wow. There you go. Well, there's no point reading the instructions, right? And you've seen this one last week, right? There you go. Wow. Interesting. Well, at least I get my rare sticker, right? That's why we get these things. That's why we get excited. They're rares. So at least I get that. The inside is correct, I think. But who knows? Who knows what was supposed to be in it? We got an A-Wing in there. So I'm guessing. Yeah. I wouldn't think they would print the Dark Empire E-Wing on the wrong artwork. Yeah, if anyone's got one, let me know what's supposed to be on the back. Because I didn't get one. Let's take these out. Easy to pop out here. All right. I don't think this is going to be much different. In fact, it's just as clean, if not cleaner. It's got all the red detailing on it. The red and gray. It's still got the same definition of the mold because it is the same mold. Again, same mold, different paint. Same blue hue. Oh, actually, you know what? We got more paint on the back here. So we do have slightly different way of looking at it. In the back there, we got more silver. And if you don't believe me, guess what? We can do a comparison. So there's our Callahan versus our Dark Empire. And you can see we got different paint job, but mostly just blue versus red. There is different detailing on the engines. It's more of a matte gray. And I think we got paint running down the nose and underneath. So they definitely done a totally different paint job, which is cool. Canopy's still gray though. Same smoky window. It should still have the same actions on our landing. Oh, this one's a tougher one to open. There we go. That one's got more of a click to open in it. This one's still solid. This one's still solid. But yeah, we definitely got a lot more detailing and paint on the under of the thrusters there. The fuselage of the engine. And there is a little bit more dirty on its bottom. It's got a dirty bottom. What do you think? Red or blue? Which one is the one that floats your boat there, people? The red or the blue? Okay, let's crack open the canopy. Again, same old big old canopy. And they haven't really done much in there either. It's still just that. I can see a little bit more though. So I can see a little bit more definition. Maybe they did put more of a wash in here. I can definitely see a little bit more definition of what you got going on there. And you can see what I mean about it being so detailed. It's worth giving it a wash to show off the detail. You know, it's worth getting out of the box and it's worth giving it a wash. Okay, let's concentrate and see what we got different here. So again, we've got our R5 astromech droid, as you can see from its dome, and we have a generic rebel pilot. Again, rebel pilot versus Callahan, who's a New Republic pilot with a different setup, an ejection harness, etc. Okay, get rid of that. A little blueprints. least they're the right ones. All right. Wow, he's got a proper metallic dome on here. Look at that. Super shiny. There's 3 sensor eyes on the top. It's tiny definition on the top of his dome. Metallic all the way around. Got some more green paint here. Green on the legs. Nothing moves, obviously. Typical astromech. The definition is there underneath his dome too. And I think it looks, no, there's just green and white. I thought there was some silver in there too, but there's not. So yeah, super shiny and silver dome on that dude. Oh, we got a battle going on between whose color wants what. Oh, here we go. Let me just stick to what I was talking about. So Kevin's saying blue, and Paul is saying red. And I think Paul likes the R5 unit. Yes, Kevin. Yeah, so Ryan's just copying Paul because you know Ryan, right? He'll it's just like following Andrew Fung and his team window closed. Yeah, don't listen to Ryan. It is a safer way of cutting most stuff, but as I keep saying, I have control. My hands are away from the blade. I'm not pulling the blade. I'm moving the box. So yes, I find it safer. If I cut away, it's not as much control as far as I'm concerned. Anytime, man. You know that. Anytime. And if he's not, oh, I was going to say if he's not going to show up, and then boom. Good morning, Ryan. I may have missed you back there. Apologies if I did, sir. I figured you weren't even going to be anywhere near reception at this point. Thanks for dropping in. Hey, right? Yeah. Oh no, he's here. Yeah. Hey, we're used to it. It's what we do. It's what we do. Give me shit about my water bowl. I'll give you shit about your shilling. All right. Let's get a look at this pilot. He is a lurker. I mean, if anyone watched last week, and if you didn't, go watch it. It's not just a lurker. He's not just a stalker. He is a crash your party. As last week, me and Paul were chatting away, and then we got hijacked by the Ryan Dole because, you know, he is the DL44 network. And Kevin, you can probably do the same thing. Just jump on whenever you want. Anyway, let's look at this pilot. All right. So again, we got Rebel pilot. We got his ejection harness straps going the way we all recognize over his legs. We got chest box. It's a bit blurry today. It's a bit blurry. It's probably the coloration isn't working for my camera. We got a gray helmet with the insignia on the top, the Rebel insignia on the top, yellow visor. But yeah, just a totally gray helmet. I don't think even the Mohawk is colored, just totally gray. Very vibrant green. Jumpsuit, black gloves, and big old black boots. But again, it makes a big difference, you know, just putting an extra bit of or different paint on there makes a big difference. Yeah. I mean, it's the older Rebel pilot, right? So it's going to have the traditional one. All right. Let's see if he bends. He does. His arms raise. They do. Let's stick him in the cockpit. And oh yeah, he's in there quite well. He's in there quite well. They do fit in there really good. It looks really good. It looks really good. There we go. So red versus blue. There is no winner. One wants red, one wants blue. But these are some cool looking shit. They actually look quite cool landed. But I think it warrants being put into action. So again, I'll torture myself for figuring out how to do that. That's cool. That is cool. I do like those. What do you think? Any more blues and reds? It does look great. It does look great. Yeah. And we're all getting schooled in the chat here by somebody who should know. Again, Harness on the inside of the legs instead on the outside will be the traditional Rebel pilot way of wearing your ejection harness. All right, so that's the E-wings. I'm looking down here. There's nothing too fancy about these. Like I said, I would say exactly what it says on the box, but not for this one, right? Not that I'm put out. One blueprint I'm not going to get. So the other thing I got this week, which I was very happy about, well, last week I should say, was my Vault box set of Series 8. And one of the ships in there, or two of the ships in there that I was super excited to get. The other ones I've got already because Series 8 was actually quite a successful find in the shop series for me. I did get a lot of them. But as we keep saying, oh, and there's that giant, where are we? There's that giant Vault sticker that we were talking about the other week. Hang on, let me go in here. All right. So yeah, giant Vault sticker, one of 1500. And this one, as you saw, Paul unboxing, the guys over at Micro Galaxy Squadcast unboxing, you've probably seen these already. Inside of here, we get the amazing, oh, it's going to be so hard. It's such a giant box. You get the amazing artwork, the amazing tissue paper. But this is what it's all about. It's all about these two. These are the ones that are getting me excited. This one, super pumped to get. The blue tank, the chase, that one, love it. But not today, people. Today, it's all about this. Today, it's all about the Z-95 Headhunter, the badass clone ship. Look at it. It looks good in the box. I don't say that very often, but it looks good in the box. But let's get a closer look at this thing because I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's go back. Let's park these in their place to be, and let's go back. Oh, they're a sipper copy. It is pretty. I agree. Let me for joining in, guys. I really didn't think any of you were going to be here today. It does look great. Give it an ooh. It is very pretty. It is very pretty. Cheers. Happy weekend. The other thing I got to do this week, while we're talking Star Wars, is I got to go to the prop store viewing before they did their big auction. And I got to see, again, close up and firsthand that Darth Vader dueling saber that was used by David Prowse and the stunt guys and everyone else that, you know, was as part of being Vader back in the day. It was so cool to see in person. It was so beaten up. It was so used. It was great. I'm kind of nerded out very much at that point. I didn't get to hold it. I didn't get to touch it. But to see it there and know that it was part of Empire Strikes Back, know that it was part of Return of the Jedi, and possibly there's no lineage or anything to prove it at this point, but possibly part of Star Wars. That was cool, man. And it sold this weekend for $3,670,000 or something like that. So over $3.5 million. That stunt saber, that hilt, was purchased for by somebody. Man, craziness, right? Craziness. But it was cool to see. It was part of such a point in time, a point in history. It was really, really cool. Really cool to see, along with all the other stuff that was there as well, which I don't have to get into. But over $3.5 million someone paid to own that stunt wacky stick. Wow, pretty cool, man. But it was held by some legends. Anyway, I got carried away. Let's crack this bad boy open. Okay, we're in. We're going. A little bit of sawing action on the corners so I can stay safe. And again, you can see my hand isn't really doing the work here. It's the sharpness of the blade And the corners are easier to handle. Look at that. It's actually pretty fluid, right? I don't know. It's probably not the safest action. I do agree, but that's pretty cool. Oh, shit. Hang on. You want to look at me on top of my head. You missed that. That was one of the most beautiful slicings ever, and you guys missed it. Idiot. Take some focus juice. Oh, that's good. Probably should have put some music on, right? Forgot about that too. But we're here. We're doing it. All right. Let's hope and pray that we get the right backing card. Although Series 8, we know it's not going to be anything super special. Man, I know I always joke about this when Paul's opening up his Hot Toys, but that smells really new. Really new. You can always smell the ink. Sorry for weirding, but yeah, that was a good smell. That was a good smell. Again, Clone Wars, as we talked about, Series 8, meh. On the back, yes, we do have it. We have the blueprint of the Z-95 Headhunter. We have some instructions, and it looks like we get the ball joint stand, and I get quite excited about the ball joint stand. So awesome. This is going to allow me to play with that a little bit more. Cue the drinks. But yeah, those ball joints are kind of cool. I like them. We have a detachable panel as well by the looks of it, as well as the front and the back. But yeah, that's going to be cool. We got some more exciting stuff to see here, people. And that's what it's all about. Because if you don't get it out, you ain't going to know. Right? And there again, it was all about that, really. But I do now have extras of these. And I know I opened up the V19 the other week. But this one is the Armada version. And again, I didn't want to say the wrong thing the other week, but I think there's something different about the Armada version. Maybe it's the paint, maybe there's something else, but I'm going to check that out. Not today, but I am going to check that out and see if that is the case. If it's exactly the same, then I retract my statement and we'll receive the shit from Paul, I'm sure, forever. But yeah, it's always good to build those ones up. If you get 2 of some of these ships, it really doesn't hurt. In fact, it adds, I think, once you start displaying, which I can't wait to do. Again, another rare today. So I'll have to get those things out on display. And our clone pilot, we get Warthog. So we actually get clone pilot Warthog. Z-95. Meh. Right? It was exciting to get the artwork. I miss it, but I get it. It's all about the ship, not the minifig, not the artwork, the ship. Okay, let's get this stand out without breaking it. Again, here's the stands we're getting now. They have this ball joint I was talking about on the top. They also have this thin plastic stanchion that it sits on. That it looks like it comes away, but it doesn't. I think it's just reinforced so it doesn't break off as easily as it possibly could. It's not very tall, so this ship would just be this far off the ground. But again, like I said, I've been playing around with this thing. I don't have it to hand, but I've been playing around with a different way of getting this ball joint at different heights and sizes, because the beauty of the ball joint is that you can, once this sits in there, and we'll check it out in a sec, but you can position the ship in different ways rather than just straightforward or tilted back. Or that's the beauty of this ball joint, and that's why I was happy that they started doing it. Plus, it means that every ship will get a hole, and then we can all play. All of us who like to make these stands can play around with the hole and have some fun with it. All right. No safety belts, no need for my precision nets today. This one's got some long winds, and it is really buried under the plastic there in the engine, so I'm going to have to make some noise, people. And pull it thing out. There we go. All right, that's done. Whoa, look at this thing. Man, that looks good. It's so skeletal. It's so spindly. Look at it. Wow. That's cool. Very, very X-Wing, right? Very, very X-Wing without the dual wing, the S foils that can open. Yeah, that's cool. It's so long. Yeah, it's cool. Very, very X-Wing like. I like it. So let's take a look at this in more detail. We got the distinctive burgundy, browny red that we see on all our clone ships. We got a good wash on there, so we can see the details on this thing. You can see there on the wings, there's the wash to really bring it out. And on our cannons as well. Again, very, very reminiscent of our X-Wing. And I'm sure if I check, we'll get to hear about the differences. I see there's an overlap there on the engines. Almost as if it would be able to open, right? But there's definitely an overlap on the engine case in there. But again, the wash is there. A couple of skid marks up here. And again, we'll get a look at those releasable sections. Yeah, it's a good paint job on this. And again, it's just a rare. We got some pink glow on our engine casings, which again, I really appreciate that. Adds a little bit more dimension. Got a lot going on in the back there. Look at the detail in that. It's so minute. Ridiculous. So again, let's just take a really good look. I love that tint. That tint's really cool. That blue aqua hue and the rounded canopy. Again, this huge tab. I know a lot of people have been talking about the size of the tab. It's so huge. I mean, especially when you look at it from this. It's not very aerodynamic, right? Not very aerodynamic. But at least for idiots like me, it means we can get the canopy out a little bit easier rather than faffing around with it for ages. Big old nose on it. I think that nose is bigger than the X-Wing, right, Paul? Looks a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. Oh, okay. Just going to go back in here and have a look. Nice clean lines. Yeah, it is clean. It is looking good. John's saying he's always loved the N95. No, Z-95, sorry. Thinking of dust masks. Been one of those weeks. Yeah, it's a good looking ship. That's why I was so looking forward to getting it, because it looked so good in everything they were putting out. I need a couple of these. And I know we're getting Series 9 is getting a different version of this. It comes with 2 tubes, I think, which would be so good. But yeah, I think it's a shame this one is a rare, really, because it would have been nice to have these as not so much peg hangers, but on the pegs, because the distribution's been so crazy. There is a good way of us getting more of them. Yeah, these panels do open. I'm gonna get to that. I just want to appreciate how sexy this thing is. So let's take a look. First of all, I'm going to open the canopy with the big old clip, and there it goes. So again, that cool green hue in the canopy. And let's take a look and see if they've done anything inside. It looks like, oh no, I think that's just shiny plastic down there. I don't think that's any metallic paint. There is definitely a little bit of wash in there though, because you can see the definition in the control panel a little bit at the front there. So it looks like they've definitely stuck a wash. You can see on the seat, they've definitely put a wash inside. So they've done that for us on this rare. And it makes such a big difference when they do that, because you can pick up all of that detail. Okay, and as you can see here, we have a removable panel. So let's see how easy that is to do. There it goes. You can see there. Let's take it out. Just clips in the front and then slots in the back. And it reveals more of what I can only assume is its drive unit. Again, it's metallic paint with all the detailing. And let's take a look underneath the panel, because normally there's the top. Yeah, and they've washed the bottom so we can see more of it. It's dirtier, almost dirtier on the inside than it is on the outside. Yeah, that's cool. And it's different. It's not even just the molding that you see inversed underneath. It's different molding to what's on the top. So they've designed and molded this panel. You can see the wash collecting in the corners there. I mean, that's just above and beyond. It's so good. It's so good. All right. I'm getting passionate about a panel that removes, but it's so good. All right, let's check out the one at the front. All right. So again, there's two giant tabs here, so even Steve can't get it wrong. And lift it up and remove it to reveal a little bit more of the workings of this ship. I don't know what they are, but they do something, and it's cool. Because why not, right? Painted metallic, and gives us a little bit more insight into this ship and everything that goes on with it. I like that. I like that a lot. That's one of the things I just love about this. And again, on the front of the canopy there, we got even just a little bit of black paint to give us a little bit more definition and something different about the ship. There you go. I'm impressed. I like it. And like I said, I wish this one was more readily available so that we could get a lot more of them, because I can't buy all the box sets. And I wish I could have found this one on the peg. It's one that you need at least two of, I think. You need at least two. It's pretty cool. I think actually, I might be wrong, but I think this is going to be part of the box set that's coming out with I think it comes with a tank. I think it comes with one of these, and it comes with the ATT crawler. Again, we've got landing gear, same as the X-Wing, I think. Oh, stiff. Someone was saying that they found glue in them. I don't know if it is glue in them, but that one doesn't even come out all the way. So that's going to have to be gently teased. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, now it's locked, really locked. So that's good. This one, I can't even release. Let's just shut this before I break it off. Let's see if we can get this out. Holy moly. Wow. I don't even have any pliers. Yeah, this one is in there good, people. This one is in there good. Oh my gosh. I'm trying. This one may have to be a pair of pliers. I don't want to use the snips or anything to break it. I don't think I have a flat blade handy. If I use my knife, I'm going to get shouted at, and if I use these, I'll probably cut it off. So I might have to come back to that one. I don't know if it's paint. I don't know if it's glue. But something in there is not happy about me. Ah, there we go. There we go. Got it. It's pretty loose now. I didn't break it. And again, we'll force it. There we go, locked up. So that's cool. A little bit of effort could be needed. Let's get a look down in there. Is there paint in there, or is that shiny glue or something? I can't tell if that's paint. If it's paint, if they washed it in there, that could be why. Because when it dries out, it sticks in there, maybe. There's something a little bit shiny down there. And again, I'm not going to knock it because I love the wash. And it may even just be wash on the landing gear that gets stuck on it. Because look at the definition on that landing gear. All right? That one's not washed. That one is. And you can see the definition on it. Just that little bit extra, which we're getting so much more of now. Whew, didn't break it. Oh, I will say though, what was it we were unboxing last week? It was the Razor Crest with the cannons at the front. They don't rotate. If you don't read the instructions like me, you can easily think that the cannons on the front of the Razor Crest are supposed to revolve 90 degrees. It's not them. It's telling you about something else that opens 90 degrees. Yes, I did slightly snap the cannon on the front of my Razor Crest last week, trying to see if I could rotate it 90 degrees. So, hot tip, don't play with the cannons on your Razor Crest. They will crack because they're only plastic. Again, just putting that out there in case anyone's as stupid as me and doesn't read instructions. The cannons do not rotate. Little word to the wise. Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at our Clone Pilot Warthog. Yeah, get my big boy tools out, right? Imagine if I did, though. It's a very dainty thing to play with. If I was to get a huge flat blade screwdriver or a chisel, that might not be the way to go, right? Just saying. All right, let's get this clone out. Every time I undo one of these now, I'm worried that they're going to explode. All right, the arms move. The legs move. It's not a super detail painted dude. I'm going to put him in sideways to start with so that we can see the back detail there. So you can see the gap between his armor and the back there on his knees. And now we can see it's a pretty solid white clone, as you'd expect, just with some definition between the elbows and knees. But we get this helmet. Sorry, let me get that in there. There we go. You get this helmet detail, which is really difficult to get on one of these micro figures. If you can think about just that upside down Y of his helmet, that's some seriously small detail. And they've got it in there in a good way. And then we get the side profile of the helmet, again painted, and then the rear, we get the tubing coming out from the back of the helmet. And then we lose him. Okay, that was sideways. That's my fault. Let's go back in and secure him so we can finish this the right way. Okay, so again, we got to the back. We can see the definition there, the clone back. If I get that in the light, you can just see definition. Even got the little tiny elbow plates. But again, it's a lot of really detailed paintwork, and you can see his insignia, his design there on the side of the helmet. That's really, really small detail, guys. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. Yeah, on a minifig. And you know these things are small, even with my dainty little fingers. What am I being chirped on now? I'd use needle nose pliers. Yeah. I didn't have any to hand. And they'd have to be pretty needly as well. I don't know if the size of your toolbox would have needly enough pliers to do that job. It's a very small slot, Paul. And the average needle nose, well, I guess you can just pull on the tab, but hopefully you wouldn't break it. I can imagine you could crimp some steel bands with your needle nose pliers. What are we talking about here? You can make them. Yeah, well, you can, because they're not supposed to. So the right tool was my fingers, and it's still cracked. And I was like, oh shit, that's not what we're supposed to do right now. They do not turn. So if your Razor Crest does actually turn, I'd be interested to know, because they're not supposed to. They're solid. It literally snapped, unless mine are just glued or painted together, which I don't think so. But yeah, you could see. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to glue it back up, because you can see a tear where I tried to move it. But I'd like to see that. Maybe, Ryan, we can do some way of showing that it does. Interesting. Tweezers, Ali. Yes, tweezers might be. I just don't know, though, if they're strong enough. I would like to lever it out rather than pull it, so I didn't damage it and break it. But tweezers could be a way of getting in there. And Paul comes in with some more. If it don't fit, force it. If it breaks, you need to fix it anyways, which is so true. Which is so true, right? Yeah. There's always a way of fixing it if you do break it. All right, let's get this clone pilot into the ship because that's where he needs to live. Let's see how he fits in there. All right, he's not sinking down all the way. There we go. And if you see that, he goes in there pretty deep, but his arms are going to need some persuading. There we go. So now he's in. Oh, now he's playing with himself. But once the canopy's shut, no one's going to know. So we'll close it up. And there he is. I love that little hue, that tint to that window. That's really cool. It just reminds me of seeing it in the show. Really cool. This is a great looking ship. I am super happy with this one. I'm glad to get it. I wish I could get more because they are just like the X-Wings. If you got one, you got to have more. Let's put this back together. Fits in there nice. Slide that one in. First, it goes behind there's a little ridge in the engine there. You can see. So you got to get it in behind that. And then you can clip it down at the front. And again, they're nice and solid. Nice and solid. Nice job, Jazwares. This one's cool. I like it. Now let's test out. This is what I was talking about earlier. This is the little receptacle for the ball joint. And you can see the little knobs, bits, pieces that are sticking out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that are a little bit longer than the ridge itself. And I think Paul was saying on his show, which is true, the plastic on this and the plastic on this, it can get really tight when you first pop it in. So it goes past those 4 joints. And now if you try and move it, it's got some resistance, which is good. This one's really not too bad. I like that. It feels good. But if you get ones that are pretty solid, if you try and move it this way, there is a possibility of snapping this off. So be careful. It's thin where it meets the ball. But as I said before, the beauty of this ball joint is you can rock it side to side. You can lean it back. You can put it into positions which it should be in as a fighting vehicle. And I like that. And unfortunately, with the height of these things, which again, you can't really make this type of standard taller, is you're not going to be able to pose it too far beyond. But I'm working on it, man. I love this concept of the ball joint. You've got a lot of different varying positions and things you can put it into. So good job on that too. It really does help moving forward on the ships if they have these. It really is going to make it easier to pose these things if you do get them out of the box. Yeah, very cool. I love this one. I really do. That's a great looking ship. You can see here how much you can do with it. Yeah, very cool. Very cool indeed. I kind of want more. What else have we got going on in here? Oh, Ali Williams. Wow. Yeah, you really got to work the holes with your balls. You definitely do. You definitely do. All right. That's 3 ships in an hour. I'm happy with that. That's really cool. I don't know if anyone else is busy right now. And I know we don't have a plethora of people in this chat, but those that are, do you want to do something that's not Micro Galaxy, or should we save it for something else? Because one of the other things I got this week, which is Star Wars related, is this. Now, as you know, I'm a collector of the old TK, right? I'm the collector of the old TK. So whenever I see a TK, I'm not a big Black Series collector. Haven't been for a long time, even though I have some behind me. that ship sailed. But this trooper is awesome. This is their Halloween edition Mummy TK. And I want to get it open and put it on my shelf. So we're on an hour. If there's another time we can open this, I will. Oh, but when the boss comes in and says, let's go, I think we should do it. It won't take long. And you'll make me a happy man on this weekend. So we're doing it. We're doing it. Again, I'm going to cut away from me on this one to keep other people happy and my fingers safe. I don't care about this box. It's just about the fig. That's a lot of cardboard in these boxes. It's like double thick. It gives you a little story on the back there. I love the look of this thing, man. I love the look of this thing. If it glows in the dark, I'm going to lose my shit. But here's our inset for Halloween, which is very cool. I mean, it's September, right? It's Halloween. Let's start the way we want to continue. Is that Jason Grosecki in the house? Good morning, Jason. If it does glow, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it say it glows. If it does, it will be very, very interesting. I may put it between my legs and see after we get it out of the box here. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, John. It's coming out. All right. It gets this cool little stuff as well. Oh, it's got tape. But yeah, some of us can handle that. All right. 1, 2. Let's get this out. Now, the reason I love this stuff is because it just reminds me of Indiana Jones. Don't know about anyone else. It might just be me. But yeah, I love this little staff. I'm going to have to put this up here and this up here so my camera doesn't get too carried away with the fact that I've got a lot going on. All right. Leave the nose there so you know what we've been doing. It also comes with a zombie porg. Look at that little devil. His little wings are manipulable into any position. They have their own ball joints that you can wiggle around. And he has his little fangs and his zombie eyes. I'm not sure what the blue thing is all about. Maybe it's supposed to be pants. I think it's supposed to be pants. I'll take it. Porg with pants. Zombie porg with pants. There you go. So already happy. I got a zombie porg with pants. But this is it. This is the one we came for. Or I came for. Have you guys seen this? Did you guys see this? I don't know if anyone's seen this one. I saw it at San Diego. And I needed it. Simple as that. It's a TK. It's Halloween. Let's take a look at this thing. So we got Frankensteinish stitches in his helmet. We got his yellow zombie eyes. We got all the TK definition just for this repaint. But we've got a cloth. This isn't plastic. This is actually bandages. So they've wrapped the figure. You've got some plastic ones here on the arms. So to me, I don't think, yeah, that's actually a remold to get those plastic pieces on there. I don't think they would have stuck them on. Then we got the paint detail of the Frankenstein-y. I'm sure this is supposed to be a mummy, but there you go. But we got these wraps, these fabric wraps. Oh, I'm kind of rubbing his crotch there. That's a bit weird. But yeah, that's so cool. All the way down to his leg. You get the fabric. What's that down in there? Oh, again, they put a little bit down here of the bandage, the molded bandage. So they must have molded that, man. It's not just a repaint. Wow. But let's take a little closer look at this face. There's a slight little crack in the back there on the helmet too, but the majority of it is just, yeah. Jason's saying maybe the troopers aren't all wrapped the same way. Good question. Well, good point, I should say. It's not a question. It's a good point. Maybe they've wrapped them all differently. But you got the typical articulation of the figure, the Black Series. And he can get his staff and hold it, hopefully. Got very soft plastic. Oh, is that Rob in the house? I'll get back to you in a minute there, Rob, because I think I can show you that it's not just a cash grab. I can't even get his freaking hand open now. There we go. I'll slide it in. Slide it in. There we go. All right. So no, first of all, good morning, Rob. I don't think so, because of what I've just said. It's not just a repaint, because if you look closely here, this isn't the fabric they've wrapped across. This is actually a mold. And if you look real close, the molds seem to be slightly different. You don't get these on every TK, and that's not just stuck on. I could be wrong. Like I say, I didn't follow this one too closely. I just saw it and needed it. But even down in here, we got some cracking. Now, I don't know if this is, you know what this could be? This could be from Ahsoka. This could be a repaint of the Black Series Night Troopers. And this could have been red. So that could be it. That could be what we got. So yes, it could be a repaint of, I don't have that one, so I don't know. I should probably get it, right? If I just stated that I collect TKs, but that's probably what it is. They probably took the Night Trooper, and because the Night Trooper would have the red bandages wrapped around it, right? So it could just be that, and that would make sense why they're cracked in some places too, and that would make sense why we've got the one down here as well. So it could, you could be right. It could be, and if I look on the back there, we've got ridges, which you don't get on standard TK. You'd probably see that on the newer ones. So yeah, you could be right. It could be a repaint of the Night Trooper. Oh, hang on a sec. Thanks so much for coming in, Paul. Have a great day today. Have a great day. See you soon. Talk to you soon. Happy weekend. Have fun, my friend. Right. So again, I think so, but not so much the Zombie Trooper, because that was something different. But yeah, the Night Troopers is what I think they were called them in Ahsoka, and I think maybe that's what it is. Yeah, yeah, is. I know, I saw that meant to be is. So yeah, it could be. It could be that. It could be that. I'll have to do a little bit of looking into that. But regardless, I know a lot of people don't get it. They don't get the holiday figs. They don't get the Halloween figs. Here's my take on it, and it's just my take on it. Life can be too serious sometimes. And when you get something fun like this, it makes me smile. And the holiday ones do the same thing. The gingerbread, the reindeer trooper. Yeah, it's not Star Wars. It's not part of the lore, but fuck me, it's fun. So, with that being said, that's why I get these things, because they look great on the shelf. It's a lot of fun. So I'm there for it, man. I'm there for it. If they're going to repaint it and wrap it in bandages and give it to me for Halloween, yeah, I'm there for it, man. I mean, how cool is that? You know, if I had the same trooper in abundance, which I do behind me, as you can see, it's nice to have something to split that up and have a little bit of fun with. So, yeah, I hear you. Sometimes like repaints. We get that a lot with the ships we just saw as well, right? They're just repainted, but sometimes a repaint is worth having because it makes that a little bit different, and it's an additional thing to get. And let's be fair, you know, they didn't remake a ship every time. They would do things to it and make it different. But yeah, this is fun. So yeah, I appreciate you guys sticking around and letting me undo that. And don't forget, Rob, as well, you do get you do get the zombie porg with the fangs and the blue pants. So what more do you want than a zombie pog with fangs and blue pants? Again, if you're not a TK lover, it probably wouldn't be something you would get or understand. And I do get that. I do get that. But for me, it's a must. Now I'm gonna wax lyrical and let you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna heat this thing up and heat it up. I'm gonna put this under a lamp and I'm just gonna check, because if it does glow in the dark, I'm gonna be super happy about that. Oh, good point, Jason. At least it's arriving pre-holiday. Yeah, I didn't order it from Hasbro. I ordered it from a vendor, and I've got it already. You know, I only saw it at SDCC. It came out. I ordered it from the vendor, and I got it. So yeah, Ryan agrees. They are fun. It's just fun, right? It's just fun, and they're toys, and toys are supposed to be fun. If we make it too serious and keep them in their boxes and put them into storage so that one day we may have to sell them, it's not fun. It's bragging rights at that point. So yeah, I agree. A little bit of fun. Yeah, right? Anything glow in the dark, Rob, right? Anything glow in the dark is fun. I mean, it's ridiculous. I was out the other day and I was caught by the gotcha machines when I went down to Little Tokyo here in LA, and I had to get some. And one I really wanted to get was just because it glows in the dark. I mean, I was good. I didn't spend the money on it, but it glows in the dark. I need it. It's one of the beauties of the 3D printing filament. Now you can get glow in the dark 3D printing filament, so you can print shit out to glow in the dark. Have fun with it. Ridiculous, I know, but yeah, glow in the dark is always so cool. Always so cool. All right, I've had it under the lamp for a bit. I'm not going to turn all my lights out because my studio isn't that advanced, but I'm going to take it and I'm going to see if it does anything in the dark, if I've got dark. And it doesn't. It doesn't. Which is a shame. Which is a shame. I was super excited that maybe they just left that as a surprise for me. But there you go. There it is. My extra for you for today, for Saturday. What's Rob saying now? Yeah, right. It's a simple little thing like a glow in the dark ring, but it brings you joy. That's why we do this, right? That's why we do this. And that's why I love doing this. And that's why I'm so happy you guys can join me with it, because it's fun. Getting these things out of the boxes is fun. And it's better to share it with people while you're doing it. And yeah, let's just keep doing it. I agree. Poop, boo, dang. I agree. That's it for me. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, we got a lot done today. Hopefully it wasn't too fast for you, but there wasn't a lot going on with these ships. They're the smaller ships. So we'll crack open a bigger one and do some more next time. I can't wait to open my tank. I don't think I'll do it on here. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. But on that note, I will say again, thanks for joining me. I love it when you do. And if you didn't and you're watching on the rewatch, still love that too. But don't forget, if you give it a like, if you give it a dislike, but if you do something to acknowledge, it really helps everything out and helps it grow. And the more it grows, the better it will be for everybody and the more fun we're going to have. So if you do get the time, or if you do remember to like it, do it. And if you can subscribe, you'll always know when something comes out. Life gets busy sometimes and you can't be that prepared. I mean, we don't do this for a living, right? We do this for fun. So stay subscribed and you'll know if someone else is coming out. I will also say, after chatting here with my buddy Rob, get over to the Generation X-Wing podcast. We had another quiz the other week. And if you know me, you know how much I love quizzes. And that's out there right now for you to see on YouTube. So get to Generation X-Wing and check out the YouTube there. And watch me probably embarrass myself once more on a quiz. But yeah, check it out. Listen to it. Check it out anytime that we're putting stuff out there. Thursdays we go live and review some awesome movies from our nostalgic, beautiful 80s and 90s life. Again, thanks for dropping in, Rob. And Ryan, thanks for dropping in. If you want to see Ryan, you can see him on Gotham City Tonight. You can see him on Toy Anxiety. You can see him on pretty much any toy tubing channel. He is everywhere. He is everywhere. And he is Ryan Dole 31 from Instagram. Jamie was in earlier. Don't forget to check out Jamie. He is going wild right now with some content. You can see him again on the Generation X-Wing podcast channel. He also has his own show, Ready to Believe, where he's going crazy with his Ghostbusters. Pretty much everyone else on the channel is going crazy with the Ghostbusters. Maybe you might see me pop in to review some of their latest thing, which is reviewing the real Ghostbusters cartoons, or animation, as I should call them. Again, everyone that's in the chat, you can probably find them on Instagram. I can't go through everyone. That would be weird, and my brain won't be able to handle it. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for spending time with me. I'm going to try and end this thing in a good way with a sip of coffee. Another big thank you. Tell your friends. Bring them in. Let's keep the chats going at the weekend. It makes me really, really happy. And I will see you all next time. Thank you very much.